So obviously we're not, but I just wanted that for your information.
You've been around at some different ones.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any of these, one of these, or both of them work yet, or?
I sat in on both their presentations originally, when they came here to us. And then we did, we toured Anderson High School. They just completed their project with Sprint Turf,
With Sprint?
and that's the cheaper one.
Okay.
And it's a more environmentally friendly turf. They're using a combination of cork and coconut instead of rubber. It's less heat involved. Who's our soccer coach?
Evans?
Katie Evans. She went with us too. She was walking on the turf, on a 88, 90-degree day barefoot. So she would not do that on the turf field. So,
Do we know what the life expectancy is on this turf before we have to incur some major expense on it? I mean, is it 5 years, 10 years, 15 years?
It's about, maintenance is about, from what I've been told, maintenance is about $5,000 a year. The turf lasts, it's guaranteed for 10 years, but they say they're getting 14 to 15 out of the newer stuff.
On which one? Both or?
Sprint turf.
And so after 15 years, then that turf comes off and a
Right.
new section put down.
And depending on use, it may, can be longer, can be shorter, but typically they're seeing 12 to 15 years right now on the newer stuff.
Do you know what grades on their football team?
Sprint turf is down to over 70 schools in Indiana, though. They're doing a new little stadium.
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson, there was a couple of these.
They sent
Indicators.
I asked the people with Sprint why their cost was so much lower, and they said I think they manufacture their own turf, and also their labor costs are just that much lower, so. And that it's, almost a $400,000 difference.
I think it was a better product. Of the two presentations and going and looking at it, it was a better product as well.
No, the Sprint bid doesn't have scoreboards in it, does it?
No. That would be something to consider if we decided to go forward, replacing the scoreboard at the same time.
They recommended putting in new scoreboard around at the same time, right, or that's the thought. So,
Everything that's gotta go under the turf, you want to put in new.
well, yeah,
And no, did they indicate, is there any risk to the track?
No, they'll build a bridge,
Okay.
so they'll build a construction bridge for the
And our drainage, they think is suitable enough to tear out?
so you're gonna,
You may need a pension fund, but I don't know if they have to put one in. No, I mean, they're usually not very big, but yeah, there is more water runoff on those than we're gonna experience in grass.
so, do we assume 90,000 for scoreboard? Cause that's what the other one has, but, I mean, have you even looked into that at all, or? Have you had a chance, Steve, I know you weren't looking at it, since this got put in, but maybe somebody that's had it in for maybe 8 years or so.
Well, the problem with that is all the technology changes so quick. So like Lafayette Jeff, when my kids went there and played a little gridiron football,
Right.
that was a horrible turf field. It didn't last, they've already replaced it. to do stuff, though, they just improve the technology.
Well, I didn't know.
The shock absorption, you know, you don't even need pads under them now.
No, I just didn't know, you know, with Sprint, that putting it in, you know, just to see if the people are still happy, you know, you're always happy with something new the first year or two, but as you get a little longer on, was there a concern or something? I didn't know if you'd been able, I mean, we're not into that stage quite yet, but I didn't know if you had an opportunity to see. So you say it's cork and coconut?
I think that's what he said, called it coconut.
I think there's some sand in there too.
Yeah.
But there's no rubber. You won't see that black dust come down.
So the elephant in the room, maybe, if we're hoping to go forward with this, what's that do to our roofing project for next year? Anybody? How much was the roofing project supposed to be again next year? Maybe we moved it on.
400,000.
Yeah,
I think
We're
that's
gonna
that over
straight goes
5
for
years.
5 years.
I think 450.
Well, then you got, not just the roof, you got controls.
Yeah.
A lot of plants, yeah.
So you're gonna do that.
So,
We had originally looked at $150,000 for that restroom concession building down there, plus whatever the lights were gonna be. I don't know what that,
But that, you're talking about for the soccer field
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
which would have been,
Yeah, I don't know what the original
I don't know what the lights were gonna be
budget
down
was
there.
gonna be, but it was gonna be pretty close to a $400,000 project by the time it was all said and done.
Yeah.
So
so I guess.
with that in mind, if we're only there, it'll probably be another, if you do scoreboards, you're gonna probably, yeah, but with that, just depends on whether you wanna do anything at all about the soccer field or not, I guess.
So, on the turf, I mean, so do we gotta have like any additional equipment that we need to be purchasing, like, for a week, like you said, I mean, there's a,
There's a machine you
there's a
have to
groomer.
purchase to
okay,
groom
It's
it.
included in the bid,
Yeah,
and there's a water wheel with the coconut stuff, which you gotta get, which is also included.
okay, so that's all in the bid,
Yeah.
okay.
plus there's, like it says, there's supposed to be a training. You're supposed to come in and train the people that normally work on the football field on how to do that.
Yeah, for the most part, other than the scoreboard,
Oh,
it's
water.
pretty turnkey. Bid.
I think that's one of the advantages of Sprint Turf versus Mott's. They're pretty much one company. They do it all. Where I don't think Mott's does.
So the base bid will have the, training and the, equipment, the groomer included in on that base bid. And I assume, cause I don't see anything else, I mean, shock pad, and rubber, cool caps, stuff like that, just stuff you normally, the water wheel. Where will we use a water wheel?
That's all, what's included
Okay.
in the base.
Okay. Just to wash it?
The coconut stuff, if it gets too dry, it gets bad, so you
Yes.
gotta tip
Keep
it, it's got a moisture tester, so you
Okay.
gotta, that when you have to, when you go to that, you do have to water it down. You gotta keep it
Okay.
like I read it was like 30 or 40% moisture.
Which actually be cheaper probably because it's controlled water versus what we do now and just blow it on.
Yeah.
So.
I reached out to the guy this last week and he sent me all the stuff that we had sent before that we couldn't find. And he said he would be glad to come in and talk to us if need be. I asked him the timeline, he said, if you wanted to do it for next 2020 fall, he would want to decide fairly quick so they can order stuff and start right away in the spring.
Yeah, cause
Then you'd probably want to rearrange your track schedule accordingly.
they just don't have that stuff on stock. In fact, like you said, they make it themselves, so once they know.
Well, and then all the custom
Right,
stuff,
right.
colors. Yeah. So again, that's something we would probably look to, have to, make a decision on, probably before the end of the year.
They want to start possibly this fall, later on after football is over and stuff.
I don't know, I think it's too late, they've already got some other stuff to do now, so we haven't decided. The other thing that, just to make note, but Dan did include it in here, their bid did not include the stone, or giving the stone here that's needed. So we need to pay to have the stone hauled, or I've been told it's a quarterly, every make a donation.
Well, that's why I seen that on there, so I didn't know what it was.
So, yeah, the stone that's required is 3,100 tons of 57s and 500 tons of number 8s.
Yeah, where the other one's coin purpose, so a little more.
Yeah.
About double, almost, not quite.
I don't know if it's more stone or more mud.
Well, if it's stone,
Well,
donation
there-
of stone is 75 versus the donation of basically about 42. So, yeah, somebody was counting a higher dollar.
It's one of those things where Mott says that they're adding on, they're paying somebody to do it, and then they're adding on there for them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's
Every
strictly
layer
done.
has a cost to it.
Any other discussion on the turf?
Mr. Sims did say he would, make an appointment and go out and speak with, aggregate company. So we should have that information soon.
Next item, Mr. Ron?
I just wanted to bring you some information on financials, and we're still at a very much of a disadvantage because we have July balances and that's it. But there was about $300,000 in the education fund. The operations fund is almost $600,000 in the red. Debt service is in the red, but that's to be expected because of the tax, that's paid purely out of our tax draw, and so that's always kind of upside down. And then the rainy day fund at that time, at the end of July, had about $500,000. I will tell you that we did pay some salaries out of the rainy day fund in September to try to move some of that money around that Dr. Island had suggested. Nick and I went to Plymouth and met with Mears, and we talked about our concerns about the contract, about our expenses, and they are investigating some of the concerns that we expressed. I don't know if you want to share anything on that.
Just, we outlined some issues that we saw that some of the board members had raised, and then they said, their CEO was in the meeting and said, give me a week to look at this, and we'll get back in touch with you, so we anticipate probably having another meeting here in 2 or 3 weeks to get to the bottom of it.
But we are trying to look at, specifically at those claims to see if we can be more, have better information about how the money was spent, and we just have some questions about particular buses and why so much money was spent on particular buses. So we're still trying to investigate that. I know that some board members asked me about Skyward, and I just it's been a real challenge because it was something that was advocated very strongly by the former treasurer, and And so the plan was, made to go ahead and purchase it and put it into place, and then, that treasurer left, and Scott, here talked to me and said, that he described it as a perfect storm. He just said with us being down 2 techs and so on, that we just had a very difficult, time trying to put that in place. Administrative assistance has no one that can work on Skyward, and so that's a major, disadvantage when your treasurer leaves. And so, at some point, the decision was made, and I don't know if it was a board decision or Mr. Bryles' decision, but to go back to comp control. So, I assume you'll ask questions if you have them about any of those. The solar project was originally to be paid out of operations, and, again, Mr. Eiler suggested we move that into debt service, and I